So now that you understand what AI automations are, let's take a little peek under the hood and see how they actually work. So don't worry if this sounds tricky. I've been breaking down this kind of complex AI stuff for years now, so I'm going to make this super easy to understand for you. So you can think of an AI automation like a factory's assembly line, right? There's different stations and they're all working together to build something awesome from start to finish. It's kind of like having a team of little robots, each with a special job, passing the project along until it's done. So let's go through the 5 key parts to make this magic happen. Firstly, we have the trigger. This is the very first step of an automation. You can think of it as the factory's start button or the whistle that says, let's go. It's what kicks everything into gear. It could be something like a new email popping into your inbox, a form being filled out on a website, or even a specific time of day. Secondly, we have a filter. So not everything that starts in the automation should keep going through it. So a filter essentially checks if what came in is the right stuff to work on. It's like how a factory worker does some kind of quality control and checks it if the materials that they've received are good enough to use in the final product. If they are not, then they get tossed out. And if they are, then they move forward to the next part of the sequence. You can think of it kind of like a bouncer at a club where only the important stuff and the good things that you want inside the club or in your automation are allowed through. Thirdly, we have actions. So this is where the real work gets done. Actions are the steps your automation takes, like the different stations in a factory where each one does a specific job. So for example, your automation might send an email, update a list, or create some kind of report. Often there are going to be several actions, one after another, just like a product moving down the line, getting built bit by bit, in order to achieve one of these outcomes. Next, we have the intelligence layer. So this is where the AI magic shines. This part is like having a super smart robot on the assembly line that can think, analyze, and make decisions on the spot, and you can tell it how to think using prompting. The AI inside your automation can look at each task, figure out what's needed, and adapt based on the context you've provided. Like deciding how urgent something is, writing a custom message, or pulling out key info from a big mess of data. These intelligent steps can go way beyond just following some kind of preset rules that we saw with old school automations. Next, we have the formatter. So just like items in production line may need some sanding or trimming before another piece can be added on top, the data in our automations often needs some kind of adjustments along the way. And this is where we use a formatter to prepare things for the next step. And finally, we have the output. This is your finished product. Just like how a factory packages up the final item and ships it out, your automation delivers the completed work at the end of the sequence. This could be a message sent to your team, an updated file in your system, or a finished document that's ready to go. At the end of the line, it's where everything comes together.